Hello and welcome. It's the chat. I am Manny. My guest is Nigeria's #1 spy. Yes, for many years he was in charge of intelligence and the Secret Service. Now he's 80.
Chief Albert Korubo Horsfall is a retired Nigerian police officer, high-ranking intelligence officer, a lawyer, pioneer member of the National Security Organization, the first Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, fifth Director General of the State Security Service, and the pioneer chairman of the now-defunct Oil Mineral Producing Area Development Commission, OMPADEC. Born in the early 40s in Buguma, Rivers State, into a family of 11, Albert completed his primary education in St. Michael's School and then attended Christ School of Buguma, Rivers State. Shortly after high school, at the age of 17, he joined the Nigerian Police Force and became a cadet in 1965. Upon completion of his training, he graduated with the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP. Until 1972, Albert was a member of the Special Branch of the Nigeria Police Force, an intelligence unit, until it was scrapped due to the creation of the NSO, at this time an Assistant Commissioner of Police. Within this period, he felt the need to undertake a law degree with the blessing of Umar Oshinkafi, NSO's Director General at the time. He embarked on his dream to study law. He eventually became the NSO's second Deputy General in 1984 and held this position till the NSO was dissolved in 1986, following a reorganization of the service under Decree 19 of 1986 and a fallout of the failed Umar Dikko kidnap in England while in exile. The security services were broken down into 3 agencies, giving birth to the State Security Services, the National Intelligence Agency, and the Defense Intelligence Agency. And Albert became the first Director General of the NIA, a position held until 1990, and left the service in 1992. In 1993, he became the first chairman of OMPADEC, a commission established to bring the needed development to the oil-producing Niger Delta region. He left this position in 1996, 3 years after. He is now in full retirement. For his contribution to national development, he was awarded the National Honor of Order of the Federal Republic OFR, and in his hometown, he is the Seguro of Calabari. Chief Albert has been married to Mrs. Henrietta Horsfall since 1972, and that union is blessed with children and grandchildren.
Welcome to the program, Chief.
Thank you.
How does it feel being 80?
Quite frankly, if you'd ask me, I'll feel like I'm just 25.
Well, that's good enough.
Yes.
Can you do what a 25-year-old does?
Yes.
Exactly.
But at 80, I think I feel accomplished. First, I thank the Lord God Almighty for giving me so many years on earth. Some people are here just for a few months, some for a few days, lucky ones for longer. But I counted one until 80. And I feel truly great.
And on top of this would be your 80th Christmas.
Yes.
You're born in December 22.
22, 3 days before Christmas.
Wow. Shall we say happy birthday straight away?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. One intriguing thing about you is that you joined the police at the age of 17.
Correct.
How
yes.
come? How did that happen?
Well, it was an accident, actually. I wasn't intending to join the police. I didn't even know the police were recruiting on that day.
Well, at least you knew the police existed.
Of course. The Central Police Station, Port Harcourt, is on the way to the post office. And I went to the post office to post a letter. It was a letter of application to some department of, forgotten exactly what, I think the produce department at that time. And on my way back from the post office, I took the road through the Central Police Station. And when I got opposite this station, I noticed that there were a crowd inside the police barracks. So I asked somebody, what were they doing there? And he said, oh, they are recruiting some new policemen. And I said, why not? Young job seeker. So I went, they had shut the gate, but when they saw me, somebody beckoned onto them and they opened the gate for me, and I went in and I joined the line. And the selectors, there were two stages of selectors. The Nigerian officers, ASP inspectors, they came, did their inspection round. Of course, they didn't select me because I was looking so much like a schoolboy, and they didn't like that kind of young person. But then the white officer, I still remember his name, Mr. Rolo. He came the second round, and when he went his round, he came to my distance, and he used his swagger cane to hit my chest, my rather shoulders, and he asked me to come out. And the Nigerian officers protested, no, this man is a schoolboy. He's not old enough to join the force. Rolo says to them, he will grow up, come out. That's how I joined the police and became a policeman.
Then, we were popularly known as Mr. Fixer. Yes, it is just rare in the police force then that you have one person in secret service and intelligence at the same time. How did it happen?
At that time, no, I was still, when you enlist in the police force, whether as a constable or as a cadet, which I later was, you don't choose what you want to be. You trained like everybody else, and you passed out, and they posted you. It is whilst you are serving that your peculiar interests will be detected, I believe. They detect it, and then they think that you are suitable for this or that. In those days, the brighter ones, they chose you for special branch or the CID. So it's from the other ranks or inspectors that they move you out and say you will fit as a special branch officer.
You have been quoted as having written the DSS workbook.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes.
The first person to ever do so.
Yeah, I like to pioneer things, yes.
At a stage in your police career, you wanted to study law, but one or two people was preventing you from doing so because they thought you were such a useful talent in the police?
It was an ambition that I had nursed all my life, so getting the opportunity to go and study law was an exceptional fulfillment.
You had a hand in the Dico affair, did you not?
Why would you ask me that? Somehow, yes. Somehow, yes.
Because, I mean, you were in charge of intelligence at that stage, were you not?
Somehow, yes.
What do you mean, somehow, yes?
Because these are, I don't know whether it's 30 years now since I left. These are protected pieces of service intelligence, and you are not allowed to discuss them until after 30 years.
That involved an Israeli, didn't it?
Involved what?
An Israeli.
Well, yes. They were the agents who the Nigerian authorities used to do the business. They are contractors. You pay them, they give you a service. But I didn't like it at all. I abhorred it, but I was relatively junior. I think I was an assistant director general.
I mean, you didn't like the Omar Diko incident, and so which other one did you think was, acceptable to you as a police officer then?
So many things. The pioneering of the Nigerian Intelligence Service, absolutely glorifying. We didn't have a spy agency in this country. I was the pioneer to set up.
Nigeria's #1 spy.
Yeah. I was the one to set up the NIA, it's called Nigerian Intelligence Agency. And it meant a lot of hard work, but it also gave me a lot of joy, because I'm the only Nigerian who has moved from security to intelligence and set up the intelligence service. So I have that extra flag on my chips. SSS, then NIA. NIA is intelligence service, SSS was security service. So that's how I moved and became the first and so far only Nigerian to head the two organizations.
How did it feel at that time, heading the two?
I was just enjoying myself. I really loved intelligence and security, but more of intelligence.
What did you find more challenging?
Security, obviously.
Okay.
Security.
It couldn't have been as challenging as these times, is it?
No, because things have changed. The
When
politics
you say
of
things have changed,
the
what
politics
exactly are
of
you
today,
pointing at?
Politics of today, I feel is pretty well complicated, not straightforward. There's too much parochialism in it. There is political imprint built into it. In those days, I would say, one had more or less a free hand. A free hand. The military government is for everybody. So you went there and you're working for Nigeria, not for a particular person or for a particular program that suits one particular person. No. I had a free hand. We did everything that will promote the national interests.
What I find really amazing is you being the first Nigerian ever to head both the intelligence and secret service. It's never
At
happened.
different times, yes, it has not happened. Not at least up till today. So I hold that record, and I hope it will stay there for some time before somebody will have that privilege again. It's a privilege.
Pick a question, then read out.
Zion King, why do you think the national security always came back to you when at a crossroads?
Well then, I was
No.
talking about Mr. Fixer, and you did not want to answer that clearly.
No.
Now in your hands.
No. I guess I will pick another one.
Well, you don't have a chance. Just pick one question. You have picked the question, and you have to answer the question.
If I answer it the way it will suit me,
Yes.
it may not suit you.
Don't worry about that.
Because I will just say that they don't always come back to me.
I mean, since you left office, have they not sought your advice?
Of course they will, because I'm
Are they not coming back to you?
pioneer, but I don't have to disclose this to anybody.
Okay. What is your opinion of Umpadek, which now became, all sorts of development, regions now?
Umpadek was a great effort to pioneer, pursue, and establish development in the Niger Delta region, which everybody believed is a backward region in the country. And it went very well on that direction. Produced a number of very viable programs and projects. But unknown to many, Umpadek wasn't funded.
Really?
Up till Umpadek got dissolved by Abacha. I think it was Abacha who dissolved it. We had received 4 billion naira. That's all we had received.
You were known to have recruited Jonathan in Umpadek.
Yes, I recruited him to work in Umpadek, where he did start his career, worked there. And Umpadek was not a political system, it was a distant agency. What did we do? We were providing facilities for backward areas, developing communities, and so on and so forth.
You actually were in the forefront of creating more local governments.
Yes, I did initiate the creation of more local governments in River State, and what is Bayelsa State today.
I want you to remind me of the role you played in the creation of the South-South zone.
It is a combination of 3 friends, patriotic Nigerians from the South-South who worked as a team to bring about the creation of the South-South region, and then gave it this nomenclature, South. But it was myself, I've not asked his permission, but I'm sure he will accept it. Solomon Asemota, SAN, and Chief M.T. Akubo of blessed memory, and assisted or supported also by the late Mike Ahigbe.
What was the purpose of trying to create a zone like that? I mean, how would it have improved things for you?
The South-South is a major artery for entry and going out to Nigeria. That it did not have that recognition was a disservice, obviously. It was never recognized. It was sometimes brought under Southeast, and so on and so forth. But we thought that this distinction must not elude the place because of its distinct nature.
Do you think there is need for another state in the Southeast?
I would like people from the Southeast to clamor for that. It's a fair issue, but it's not an issue that is mine.
You are the Sekuro of Kalabari
Kingdom.
What does that mean to you?
A lot. Because it is from home, my people, they appreciate me for what I am. And they give me that honor, which is the highest of the Kalabari Kingdom. Means a lot to me.
You have the advantage of a wife who has worked with you successfully for this many years. I mean, out of these, you have had 7 children. And how many grandchildren?
2021.
You are not sure.
There are so
Well,
many.
you're blessed with 2021 grandchildren.
Yes. Oh,
how
yes.
does it feel like on a Christmas day?
Oh, you cannot imagine it. I feel like I'm out of this world.
Wow. You said something to me just before we started this interview, that you have never had one moment reason to quarrel or disagree with her all through your marriage. How is that possible?
Ask him. I'm showing
Can
everybody.
you tell me?
I'm showing them example of how to live with a wife
Okay.
in harmony. Because a lot of Nigerians perhaps don't quite believe it. But I regard the wife as an equal. I'm only the senior partner. So I'm not her boss, I don't dictate to her, but she has to obey me as her head, even though we're equal. And
Does she have a
knows
pet name for you?
Yes.
What's it?
A pet name for me, Horsey, she calls me.
Horsey.
Horsey, yes, she calls me, yes.
From Horsfall? What are the 5 things you'll take with you on that trip to an island?
I'll not enjoy any trip if a family member, perhaps a grandchild.
Okay, all right.
not
So
the-
let's even say you allowed a grandchild. Which one of them would you take along? Of all your grandchildren, there are 21 of them.
Yes.
Goodness, to pick one.
To make sure that I'm fair to all, I'll take the most senior of my grandchildren.
Okay, and then what other things would you take along with you?
My telephone,
Yes.
what else? My telephone.
Do you like
My-
music a lot?
Oh, I do.
What kind of music do you play in your quiet moments?
Religious music.
Chief Albert Horsfall, it's
Thank
been
you.
such a wonderful pleasure having you on this program.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
congratulations once again on your 80th birthday.
Thank you very
Merry
much.
Christmas Don't forget,
Same to you. Same to you. I love that very much.
my guest has been Chief Horsfall, the one and only spy Nigeria ever had. I am Manny. See you next time. The Chat is produced by Channels Television. You can watch it again online. Just visit our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook.